There are a lot of ways the world could end. Some are backed by science, some come from myths and religion, some are speculative fiction, and a few are just plain strange. This iceberg chart organizes 84 possible apocalypses, from most familiar to most obscure. We'll start at the tip of the iceberg and work our way down to the very bottom. The kinds of things that question whether there's even a world to end in the first place. Level 1. These are kind of things of doomsday events most people have heard about, often discussed in documentaries, news speculation, or blockbuster movies. Let's start off with a supervolcano. A volcanic eruption on a scale thousands of times larger than Yellowstone in the classic example. If it went off, ash could blanket continents, block sunlight for years, and cause a volcanic winter, collapsing agriculture and ecosystems. The last major one was the Topa eruption, 74,000 years ago. Pandemic. An infectious disease spreading globally with massive death tolls. Historically, we've seen this in the Black Death, Spanish flu, and most recently COVID 19. The true end of the world version would be something highly contagious, highly lethal, and untreatable. Sun death. All of us have heard about it when we were like 5 years old, but it's real. In astrophysics, stars like our sun eventually run out of hydrogen fuel. In about 5 billion years, the sun will expand into a red giant, engulfing Mercury and Venus and likely making Earth uninhabitable. Global anarchy. Societal collapse across all nations. No functioning governments, no law enforcement, and survival based entirely on local power and resources. Could be triggered by economic collapse, mass disasters, or global conflict. This isn't as intriguing as any of the other ends of the world scenarios, but probably is one of the most terrifying ones as for a normal human being. World War III. The feared large scale global war, almost certainly involving nuclear weapons. Unlike previous wars, the destructive capacity here could end modern civilization entirely in a matter of days. Deep impact event. An asteroid or comet hitting Earth. The Cyclus impact that killed the dinosaurs was about 10 kilometers wide. Something bigger or faster could easily wipe out the whole humanity in hours. And it's even more terrifying knowing that there are trillions of asteroids, meteors, etc. all around our galaxy, which we don't even see. Global warming. Human driven climate change is already reshaping the planet. The extreme end scenario involves runaway greenhouse effects, massive sea level rise, agricultural collapse, and possibly tipping Earth into an uninhabitable state. Nuclear warfare. Pretty similar to World War III, but specifically the all out use of nuclear arsenals. Beyond the immediate blast depths, nuclear winter could make agriculture impossible for years to come. Even those that survive will not have a happy life in a sense. Level 2. Rare but possible sci fi and nature events. Errant black hole. Black holes don't stay put. Some drift through space. An undetected one passing through our solar system could disrupt orbits or swallow planets without warning. It could even just fling our planet out into the galaxy. Supersolar flare. The sun occasionally produces solar flares. A massive one called the Carrington event could destroy electrical infrastructure and satellites worldwide. The 1859 Carrington event caused telegraphs to catch on fire. Imagine what you can do nowadays. Megafauna. This could mean prehistoric giant animals returning, whether through the de-extinction science or climate shifts. It could also mean genetically engineered super predators that would easily get rid of any human standing in their way. Grey Goose scenario. Okay, this is an interesting one. Hypothetical runaway nanotechnology. If self replicating nanorobots malfunction, they could disassemble all matter and organic and inorganic, make more of themselves, eventually making the whole planet just a grey goo. And who knows, they may not even stop there. Zombie apocalypse. Okay, yeah, all of you know this one. But thing is, it might actually happen someday because it is real in nature. On a smaller scale, of course, but if a human version ever evolved, a zombie like scenario could happen. Rogue planet. A planet without a star wandering through space. If one entered our solar system, it could destabilize orbits or collide with Earth, ending everything we know. Alien invasion. The classic sci fi apocalypse. Extraterrestrials arrive and decide to conquer, harvest, or eradicate humanity. Plausibly depends entirely on whether intelligent alien life exists and can travel here. Gamma ray burst. An extremely powerful explosion from collapsing stars. A nearby one could strip away Earth's ozone system, exposing all life to lethal radiation. AI revolution. Artificial intelligence surpasses human control, choosing to restructure society or eliminate humanity altogether. Internet collapse. The global internet going down permanently. This would halt financial systems, communications, and much of modern society's functioning. Many scientists say that this will happen eventually. Level 3. Theoretical physics and metaphysic concepts. The rapture. From Christian theology, faithful are taken to heaven, the rest face tribulation on earth. Not physically possible by science, but culturally significant. Simulation shut down. If reality is a simulation, the program might end, whether by choice of the creators or malfunction. All existence would vanish as we know it. The Big Freeze. The heat death of the universe. Expansion continues forever, energy spreads thin, stars go out, and entropy reaches maximum. This is pretty similar to the sun explodes one, where it will happen. Not soon, but it will. The Big Rip. If dark energy's expansion accelerates enough, it could eventually tear apart galaxies, planets, atoms, and eventually space-time itself. Stringlet. Hypothetical particles made of strange quarks. If one contacted normal matter, it might convert it into more strange matter, destroying Earth. Rogue experiment. A human scientific experiment causing an unintentional global catastrophe, such as particle collider triggering a chain reaction. Man-made black hole. This one appears in movies quite a bit. Particle collisions might theoretically form microscopic black holes. If one didn't evaporate instantly, it could consume the planet. Time paradox. Altering the past in a way that causes contradictions. In fiction, this could destroy timelines or reality itself. Vacuum decay. If our universe's vacuum is not the lowest possible energy state, it could suddenly transition to a true vacuum, rewriting physics and destroying all structures instantly, wiping us out of nowhere. Polar reversal. Earth's magnetic poles flip periodically, usually harmless geographically, but in extreme scenarios it could awaken magnetic shielding, increasing radiation exposure. The singularity, a point where technological growth becomes uncontrollable, resulting in unforescalable changes to civilization, possibly an AI controlled future. Level 4, Mythical Catastrophes, Alien Biology, and Deep Sci Fi Concepts. Here we start moving past events you might see in a science magazine and into scenarios that feel more like mythology, cosmic horror, or heavily theoretical science. The Demiurge arises. In Gnostic cosmology, the Demiurge is a false creator god, often seen as flawed, malevolent. This arising would mean the being reveals itself and remakes reality according to its will, potentially erasing the current world entirely. Core malfunction. Earth's core generates our magnetic field and keeps the planet geologically active. Malfunction, whether stopping rotation, cooling prematurely, or behaving unpredictably, could strip away our magnetic field, flood the surface with radiation, and collapse ecosystems. The parasitic assimilation, a biological apocalypse where parasitic organisms not only infect but physically merge with the hosts, altering their form and mind. Something like The Thing. Lunar impact. The moon colliding with Earth, normally impossible without a massive orbital disruption, but if a rogue body hit the moon or altered its orbit, the result will be a planetal killing collision. Hell invasion. A supernatural end, demonic entities or forces breaking through into our reality, often drawn from religious or horror fiction traditions. Hostile takeover could be corporate, political, or extraterrestrial. The term here implies complete loss of human sovereignty to an outside force, possibly without immediate destruction, but with long term loss of freedom. The Happening. Like referencing the 2008 Shyamalan film, where plants release neurotoxins causing mass suicide, represents an environmental apocalypse with a strange twist. Ultrafauna, animals of impossible scale or capabilities, perhaps from evolutionary leaps, alien origins, or genetic engineering gone wrong. Imagine megafauna scaled up another order or magnitude. Cthulhu Awakens. That's from Lovecraft. The ancient cosmic being Cthulhu rises from the ocean, bringing madness and destruction simply by existing in our reality. Part 2 with levels 5 to 8 will come out soon if it didn't come out already. So check it out, or if it's not up yet, I would suggest you subscribe. And that is about it for today's video. I hope you liked it.